Alright, here we are for round number 3. We get to be on the play this time. Yes, I would like to be on the play. Hand seems pretty good. Don't have any black mana yet, but who knows? We might not need it for a little while. Hopefully this is a bit of a slower matchup. Play against some blue-black maybe. Regular island. So regular island could be blue-black, could be let's just play Evolving Wilds. Could be like Kiln Fiend. We'll see what my opponent plays here. It could be like Gurmag Angler, like Angler Delver. Who knows? We still don't know. I'm actually a little scared to spew off my Brainstorm here into a possible Spell Stutter Sprite if it's Mono Blue Delver. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my Swamp. I mean, it's not an amazing use of my turn, but it is what it is. My opponent's got a Brainstorm. So I have run a little bit into Mono Blue Delver lately, and it's been a long time since I played it, but I played it a few times. Okay, it looks like we're playing against the Angler Delver. This should be a great matchup for us. I have a ton of removal that kills anglers, and like it's just great. Should be a great matchup, I would think. All right, let's go ahead and play this Evolving Wilds. I'm no longer scared of Spell Stutter Sprite. I don't think we're playing against Delver. One accumulated knowledge is fine. Hopefully we find a Bajuka Bug eventually, and I can like take all the accumulated knowledges out of their graveyard. That would be a nice one for me. I think I'll... I was kind of hoping to be able to prohibit something there. Oh well. The only card I really want to shuffle away is the 7-card Justice anyway, so grab another Swamp. And I think twice. Another Brainstorm, huh? Submerged Boneyard. Let's just play an island. I don't think it's going to matter too much here, but I might want to like Brainstorm into another counterspell or something. Okay, I don't care about the draw 2. So far they're up 1 card. They've paid 4 mana and they got a Divination so far. We are probably going to want to counter any more of those though, like the 3rd one and the 4th one. Usually kind of nice to counter those. Alright, I'm going to shuffle away this Boneyard. I don't want another tapped land. Just going to leave that stuff on top. Actually, I might shuffle away more stuff. Let's Brainstorm again. Kind of want to shuffle away the Justice too. So let's get rid of the Justice. And I think still the Boneyard. I think I have enough lands here. I don't think they're playing Chittering Rats, but I'll wait to shuffle anyways. Mental Note. Don't care about Mental Note. There goes a Gurmag Angler. So 1 down. They don't have a ton of threats. So you can usually run these guys out of threats, and we don't have to worry about milling them or waiting. Like they're gonna kill themselves. They're gonna mill themselves to death. So 2 Ghastly Demises they got to get rid of. So that was a nice Brainstorm Mental Note combo. It was like a draw 5. See what my opponent plays here. I'll probably counter an Angler, Scavenger. Don't really care about a Scavenger. No, it's okay. Let's go ahead and get an island here. My opponent is going to have a lot of counterspells probably, but that's alright. I'm going to take 1 hit from this at the very least. I'll probably get my Whispers of the Muse countered here at the end of turn, but I want to get their counterspells out of their hand. They only have so many. They're the only spell that matters in their deck. And they don't have that many. They only have the 4 usually, maybe 5. So it should be noted that I'm obviously not I'm not expecting this to resolve. It might. Like they might decide that Whispers of the Muse isn't important. but my guess would be they'd counter it. All right. They don't mind. Well, if they don't mind, then I don't mind. Just go ahead and Innocent Blood. It is going to make it a little harder for me to kill an angler. I don't have any more answers to anglers. But I should be able to find some. I've got a ton of card draw and stuff. The reason I'm not casting any of it is I want to try to exclude an angler if they play one. It probably won't work, but it'll get the counter spells out of their hand for when I try to remove it later. Hopefully, at least. And hopefully I can like pieces of the puzzle into a Chainer's Edict or something. Delver is fine. I certainly don't care about that one. So let's disfigure the Delver. And then I'll cast and flashback thing twice. Alright. Ooh, that's a good one. If I flash this back, we might have to discard. Nah, I'm not discarding. You guys know that I'm not discarding. Come on. I hate discarding. I like all my lands. I like having all my spells. That's a nice thing about this blue-black deck is you can really utilize all of your lands pretty well. So our opponent lost one counterspell, so only 3 more to deal with. I think this deck normally plays like a Dispel. Yep. Delver's fine. I'll probably just cast Evankar's Justice. I won't flash it back. I won't buy it back or anything. Alright, well, Angler, exclude you. I should be able to counter this actually, since they tapped for the Delver, unless they have double Dispel. They do have a Deprive. So they probably won't be able to resolve the Angler, but that does mean I have to worry about at least one more counterspell. So we got one counterspell gone, and then one Deprive gone. So one of the things you have to do when you're playing these teachings decks, you really have to make sure that you count like all the stuff in your opponent's deck, like every spell they could have, because you need to be able to beat every single thing they have. So I think I'm gonna pieces of the puzzle first, then we'll see what I draw. They're gushing. And they didn't have a swamp, so I would assume they wanted to play another angler this turn, but they couldn't. Alright, pieces of the puzzle. Hoping to hit some counter magic. And I did indeed hit some counter magic. Fairy Trickery is a sweet one. Let's just keep that in our hand. I'm not going to kill this turn. I have a ton of time to kill it. Even if it flips right away, it's a 7-turn clock, so I got all kinds of time to kill it. It did flip to another Deprive. Jeez. I don't really think they'd have that many Deprives, but I guess they do. Fairy Trickery. It's a sweet one. So I think I'll probably buy back Whispers of the Muse end of turn here if they don't do anything. They thought scarring me? Sure. That's like free value. That's free value right there. I mean, we didn't get anything good, but in theory it could have been free value. This is interesting. My opponent knows that I have counterspells for this. Like they saw them. They have a Dispel? Doesn't look like it. Or they have another angler. I think that might be all their anglers. Oh, they're bogging me. Dang. Alright, so there goes all my sweet value. Good thing my hand is full of value. And I didn't need that other value very much. Let's just go ahead and do this. Goodbye. Pieces, get a pieces and a Devour Flesh. Great cards to get. I would guess that my opponent is going to be very hard pressed to come back this game. So they've got this angler. That's their last angler. That's the last one. So if I can kill it, they've really got nothing left. I'll probably let it hit me one time in order to try to protect my Devour Flesh. One Dispel might be enough. I think I'll wait one turn though, and I'll Whispers of the Muse. I don't think I have enough mana to like Avant-Garde Justice, flash it back, so it's like what, this is 11, 12, 13? I don't think I quite have 13 mana. Although I'm not that far from having 13 mana. Alright, Whispers. I'll probably Dispel a Counterspell on this thing. Alright. Now I'm willing to just be one of these off. I'm expecting the first one to get countered. No? Wow. That's crazy. So I'm going to save this Dispel for another Accumulated Knowledge. Other than that, I'm not really scared of anything. I really didn't expect that to resolve, to be honest. I thought I'd have to use my second one, or at least my Dispel. Something loud just happened. I don't know what happened behind me, but it was something loud. Oh no, our capsize. How else are we gonna keep them out of the game completely? I guess I'll just, play the Whispers again. Tapped way too much. Okay. I'll just Echoing Decay that guy. I was considering saving the Echoing Decay for if my opponent got a Sultai Scavenger, then I could Justice plus Decay it, but it's not a big deal to me. So typically, other blue-black decks, especially Game 1, are an incredibly good matchup. They get a lot worse in the post-board games because they get to bring in like Duress and Dispel, and they get to take out all the removal they had in their deck. So I don't think I want any of these cards. I think I already have like way more removal than I really want. So I can anywhere up I'm going to leave in actually. I'm going to cut the Echoing Decay and 2 Doomblades. And then one more removal spell. Cower in Fear is pretty bad. Complete Disregard can still kill a Scavenger, so I think it's okay. Anything else in here that's just awful? I like all the Edicts. I like this kills a Scavenger. I do need some stuff to kill Delvers, so I don't want to take all that stuff out. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Let's see what Eve Kabakau can do. Alright, I am going to keep this hand. It's not amazing, but I'll keep it. We are in probably in big trouble. If my opponent has like 2 Duresses, we're probably just going to lose. But I'm going to lead off with Radiant Fountain, Relic, and then I'll play the Aqueduct. So the Relic is actually really tough to manage in this. Like, you have to decide if you can beat an Angler if they just get all of their spells out of their graveyard, or if they take everything out of their graveyard to make an Angler, are you going to be able to beat it? Because then you have to decide if you want to pop this guy. It's an interesting balance. Against most decks, you just never... With the Relic, you just never actually use it. Like, you never pop it, for the most part. I just keep their graveyard empty, but against this one, you sometimes have to pop it when they have no value at all in their graveyard. Like, no flashback, nothing. Eve is taking a little while to decide about mulligan decisions. There is something to be said for leading off with an Evolving Wilds, because if I lead off with Evolving Wilds, our opponent's down to 4 cards, unfortunately. Might not have much of a game. Yeah. Alright, well, opponent mulliganed and we won, so you get some matches like that sometimes. I would probably not just concede against a deck that is this slow. Like, you could just build up. Like if my opponent kept a hand of 4 lands and just played 4 lands and then played like until they got to 10 or 15 lands and then they had 7 cards in hand, I'd just be discarding the whole time, and you can still win. Like that's the thing. You shouldn't concede against these decks just because they have 7 cards in hand and a big mana advantage on you, and you have 1 card or something. Just wait until you draw to 7. They can't keep all those cards in their hand. If they find capsize, then you're screwed. But if they don't have capsize, they're not doing anything. So you can sometimes overwhelm them because they have to discard a lot of times, and you might just draw better. So that's my advice to you on that. If you don't value your time very highly and you value winning very highly. So we're 2-1. Let's move on to the next round.